Hello there, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy VI. Last time, we reunited with Sabin, our good old martial artist, and we also found out where Terra is. She is the acting protector of what remains of the town of Moblitz, though unfortunately, after a run-in with Humbaba, she believes that she is incapable of fighting, and in order to respect her wishes, we aren't going to force her to come with us on this journey. At least, not until she's ready. So today, we're going to be following up on one of the other leads we had found in Zen that might lead us to a potential new party member, or at least getting off of this Serpent Trench island, well, continent. So we're going to be heading towards Nikeah, and unfortunately, if we look at the map, we would have to walk through the entirety of the Serpent Trench, but thankfully, the developers thought of everything, and gave us a Chocobo stable right here, right next to Moblitz. Chocobo stable's my life. Yep, we've reinvigorated this stable hands economy, and we're gonna go ahead and pay 100 gil to get a Chocobo to ride in Nikeah. I mean, I mentioned this in the previous episode, but it is still really something that we are now able to traverse on the Serpent Trench on land now. This was a place that we didn't travel all too much. We only visited it twice, but we can just see how massive this thing is. And if you're curious, the proper way of getting through the Serpent Trench is by going through the right path twice. And if we kind of look at where Moblitz is and where the entrance to the Serpent Trench would have been, which would have been facing south, you actually do take one right turn right next to where the Chocobo stable was, and then you take another right turn right here, and it kind of just leads you straight into the route to Nikeah, which is an interesting little thing that they made sure to keep consistent. We can also see there's a new entire structure here that we have an information about. It's a tower that the cult of Kefka had built on the Serpent Trench, so that's a completely new structure. Unfortunately, since it's covered by mountains, we can't really get to it. And honestly, a cult of Kefka is something that I don't really want to check out right now anyways. But here we are at Nikeah. So let's go ahead and head inside. Welcome back to Nikeah. This town, surprisingly, doesn't seem to be suffering as much damage as the other towns around here. Okay, there are no new items for us to grab, but there will be new items in stock in the shops. We try to keep a low profile here, so we won't draw Kefka's ire. Well, it seems to be working out for you, at least. Seems like Kefka might have other priorities. I still don't know why Moblitz would be a high priority for him, though. It's definitely something worth thinking about. There's the elixir. We don't need to stay at the inn right now. So let's instead go ahead and look at some of these item shops. I was thinking about buying some sleeping bags, but upon second thought, I don't think I will. After the cataclysm, I awoke to find myself all alone in Doma Castle. When I tried to sleep there, monsters came for me in my dreams. Oh, it still frightens me to think of it. Okay, Doma Castle is still up and around, huh? Okay, well, we'll need to keep that on our checklist then. Welcome! This is the armor shop. Diamond shield is pretty good. It gives us extra evasion, which is nice. The priest's miter, good. Green beret. We can finally purchase these, which is surprising, which is why grabbing as many green berets as we can from the chasers was a high priority of mine. There's the diamond helm, Gaia gear, power sash again, and the diamond vest. I think out of anything here, the only thing I might want to grab is the diamond shield. And I'll probably grab 2 of these, so I can give one to Celeste. There we go, diamond shield. I mean, this is a strict upgrade, why not? We can talk to this civilian. I heard Figaro Castle ran into some kind of trouble and got stuck beneath the desert. Okay, well then how are we gonna get there? That was one of the ideas I had. Here's the weapon shop. Now, this weapon shop is actually very, very important. We have the Rune Blade, which is a decent weapon. Flame Tongue, Ice Brand, and Thunder Blade. But the real kicker here is the Enhancer. Attack plus 135, which is pretty decent. Magic evasion plus 20, but magic plus 7. This is a very powerful sword for pretty much the rest of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 of these, as there's only really 2 useful users of the Enhancer, and one of them is currently in our party. So I'm going to go ahead and give this immediately to Celeste to boost her magic by 5, which is quite good. I mean, she's not going to be a full magic caster by the time I'm done building her completely, but right now she's our most reliable magic caster, so I want her to have as much magic as humanly possible. Pretty impressive that a kid like me can run a business, don't you think? This kid is still wanting people to encourage him to continue working on his business. I bought something from you last time I was here, kiddo. We have some interesting relics here that we can grab. The Zephyr Cloak is a useful one. Gale Hairpin, if you haven't already gotten one, is pretty good. You can buy Hyperists here. Prayer Beads is really good, evasion plus 20. The Princess Ring could come in handy, especially if you are finding your party struggling to survive. The White Cape is also quite useful. I think for right now, I'm not going to buy anything just yet. The road you took here used to be at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, I wonder how that worked out. The South Figaro Ferry has somehow managed to stay in business. Well, I mean, as long as you can continue to trade within South Figaro and Nikeah, you might be able to just, you know, kind of keep each other afloat. I don't want to go check the pub just yet. I think yeah. There's a bunch of thieves hanging out in the pub. They say they all escaped from Figaro Castle. Okay, but if Figaro Castle's underground, I wonder how that worked out. Let's go ahead and go to the docks. If we look around, I don't think there's really much for us to see here. The ship's been chartered by the Crimson Robbers. Ooh, ominous name, eh? I don't really see anything right here, so I guess maybe we can go to the pub and talk to these robbers who apparently escaped from Figaro Castle. Maybe we can get a lead from them. We lost our old boss that day. He's feeding the sandworms now. We met Jared here in town. He's our new boss. Okay, I don't know who Jared is, but we're gonna go into the castle through a secret cave that nobody else knows about. Oh, so you're gonna go back to Figaro Castle, right? The boss wants to sneak into Figaro Castle to take back our booty. They've got it all in a storeroom there. Okay? By some freak chance, the dungeon ended up right next to a sandworm nest when the castle stopped. The crack opened up in the wall, so we crawled through and followed the worm tunnels back to the surface. Alright, let's go! I think I definitely read all those out of order, but that's alright. Hello there! The head of that gang of thieves, Jared, was flirting with me. He's kind of handsome. Okay. Jared, we'll need to keep an eye on him. They say they all escaped from Figaro Castle's dungeons. Okay, well, whoever that guy was who's sitting at the table is ready to head out. Oh, he's on the move. Oh, no. So is everyone else. Okay, well, let's see if we can try and maybe follow them. Hey, can I... You know, maybe Sabin can play good cop, bad cop here. Can I please can I please stow away on your ship? What do you think you're doing? Get out of here, scram! Alright, Celeste, you're gonna be bad cop, right? Alright, well, you know, we need to work on our material. Anyway, Celeste, let's go ahead and head back over to the main area. Doesn't seem like these robbers really want to parlay. Hello, you're new? I sense someone familiar. What's your problem? Aren't you Edgar? Bro, you're not gonna answer my question? Edgar? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll take this too, kid. Oh, well, you're willing to do business with a child. You know what? You're not a bad person after all, Jared. You know, we're doing the conga line here, I guess. Oh, never mind. All right, well, it was fun while it lasted. All good things come to an end. Look, I'm kind of busy here. I have to get ready. Our ferry leaves for Figaro soon. Don't play dumb with me. Edgar, you didn't lose your memory, did you? Listen, it grieves me to have to disappoint such a beautiful lady, but I've been Jared since the day I was born. I've never met anyone else who would flirt with a lady he was trying to shake off his tail. Being polite to ladies is common courtesy in the world. Being polite to ladies is a common courtesy the whole world over. Sabin, you have nothing to chime into this? Because Sabin is an optional party member during this segment, it's written in a way for Sabin not to have any real dialogue, which is a little annoying, but come on, that's Edgar, right? You know the way into Figaro Castle quite well then, correct? Oh, do we ever? Then lead the way. I'll take charge once we're in. Well, I think a little bit of parkour is in order. The Red Sea, man. So daunting. I don't know. I don't know really what the right word for that is, but it's... I guess haunting would probably be a better word. Anyway, here we're now in South Figaro. We can go back to Nikeah if we want, but I want to shop and also follow Jared. Or, I think I've already forgotten his name. Yeah, it's Jared. We have... I wasn't really looking. We have 2 NPCs that do the same purpose. Okay, I don't know why that's the case, but... Anyway, hey, we're back in South Figaro. It has been so long since we've actually been able to visit this place without having the Imperials breathing down our necks. So this is going to be a little interesting. The boss of that gang of thieves is in the inn on the 2nd floor. Okay, well, we know where our end objective is then. So we'll leave that for last. I think there's actually someone I want to visit first before we do anything else. But I've got to even see if they're still around. Did you hear? Duncan's alive. I heard it from his wife. Well, that kind of segues into exactly what I was going to talk about. So, something that I actually didn't even know about before beginning to record this series was that once you obtain Sabin back in the World of Balance initially, before going to the Returner's hideout, if you returned to South Figaro and talked to Duncan's wife, you would get a unique cutscene. Unfortunately, I didn't do this, but to fix this problem, at least sort of, I'm going to go ahead and talk to her now with Sabin in the party. No, dear, my husband's still alive and well. He's off training now to the north of Narsh. So, I mean, we know that Duncan's alive. To anyone who forgot, Duncan was the master who trained Sabin and also Vargas, in the way of the Blitz and just martial arts in general. So, to know that he is alive and well and not dead by the hands of his own son could be quite useful information. If we can get him on our side, or at least try to get him to teach more blitzes to Sabin, we could be in a pretty good spot. If the Light of Judgment burns down our town 100 times, we'll rebuild it 200 times. Wait, does that even make sense? You know what, kid? You remind me of my younger self when I was using math. For some reason, I just got better at math once I hit like a certain threshold, but whenever I was really young, I was really bad at it. We're breaking into Figaro Castle. That treasure belongs to us. We got some returner soldiers here. Ooh, I'm getting dizzy. I would too if I was working on the mill. Got these guys working together. We can't mope around hanging our heads forever. We have to start rebuilding. So it seems like South Figaro was actually attacked by the Light of Judgment, but these citizens don't seem to go down that easily. Now there's nothing left of my hometown, even if I wanted to go back. Maybe you were a denizen of Moblitz? I don't really know if there's enough information about that lady to understand that. Are you still the mayor of this town? Just when we thought we'd be able to rest easier with the Empire gone, now we have Kefka to worry about. Yeah, and hopefully you're actually going to do something about it. Hello? There's always a nasty draft in this room. Oh, where's it coming from? I'm afraid I'll catch a cold. You haven't found this room in over a year? There's not really much for us here. I'm just kind of reminiscing about our good old times sneaking around South Figaro, trying to avoid capture and execution. But you know what? Good times. Jump on the turtle. Oh, jump on the turtle. It's just a song. This kid's still role-playing as a Magitech armor, but that girl is singing a new song. She was previously talking about General Leo, but now she's singing a song about jumping on a turtle, and that reminds me of something, but we'll get to that in a second. Those men may be thieves, but at least they're working towards a goal. We could learn a thing or two from that. You're right. It's nice to see that even when the world has basically ended, at least there are those who are willing to, take up arms and at least keep the homes that they have safe and constantly running. If we look at the armor and weapon shops of South Figaro, let's see if there's anything useful. I don't really think so. Most of these towns are going to be kind of running the same gear as they're all just going to be kind of upgrading to a bare minimum that the game wants you to be at this point in the game now. We have the diamond vest here, which is actually not that bad. It might be worth my time to at least grab one of these. But I think I'll go ahead and grab one of them, but I'm not gonna worry about equipping it right now. Oh, we also have the Trident Heavy Lance Enhancer here as well. Golden Spear. Let's see here. The Trident gives us access to a water-based element, but it's fairly weak. Let's go ahead and grab the Golden Spear. I think I know a certain someone who might want a powerful spear on their hands whenever we get them back in our party. I did not mean to go down to the basement of this guy's house, but I do want to talk to everyone I can in this town. My grandpa used to be servant for the richest family in town. A year later, and you still haven't changed your dialogue. In these dark times, I take solace in the fact that my grandson survived. So many others didn't. Finally not talking about cider, huh? At least you have something kind to say. I think... Is that... I mean, the item shop is not really all that interesting. Yeah, I think that's about it, except for the relic shop and the pub. So, that's where we are headed to next. Let's check out the relic shop. Silver spectacles, star pendant, fairy ring, amulets. Alright, not bad. Not a bad selection. I guess this is a little random, but I do want to note that there are enemies back over by Nikeah that I did not go and fight, but I will be making sure to go grab them later down the road. Oh, this pub is quite bustling. Figaro Castle disappeared the day the world was torn asunder. A young guy just came through town searching for a legendary treasure with the power to bring back the dead. I think we know exactly who that is. Seems like we're getting a lot of clues real fast about where our old teammates are. This time it's thieves. Oof, a girl just can't get any rest. Figaro Castle is stuck below the desert. With no air to breathe, the people are probably all... Oh god, you're right. There were a lot of people there. A year without oxygen, that's not good. We're breaking into Figaro Castle. That treasure belongs to us. Hopefully, maybe you can also try to get the people out? That little girl stopped coming here. Haven't seen her since that fateful day. Oh, right, the one that was too young to buy alcohol, and she just kind of scoffed at you. For a second, I was like, who is he talking about? Oh, right, that specific NPC. Wow, that's actually something I hadn't even thought about. I guess maybe she's either moved away, or maybe she got killed by the light of judgment. That's a sad thought. Anyway, hello there. Just wait. I'm on my way to help. You followed me here? You are Edgar, aren't you? Boss, everything's ready. Let's go. Case of mistaken identity, my dear. Give it up. Wow, he's fast. Okay. Well, I don't think Celeste, or Sabin for that matter, is one to give up that easily, Jared. So I think it's best if we go ahead and hightail it after him. We know exactly where he might be going, so let's go ahead and head that way. We can see that South Figaro, this area in general seems to be fairly different. I mean, the entire cave that was the road to South Figaro is completely... Most of the mountain range is just completely gone. If we walk around the desert here, we can't find Figaro Castle anywhere. So, I mean, they're not wrong. It has sunk into the ground here somewhere. So, I guess really the only best way is to probably follow them through this cave. Oh, hello. Oh, boy, is that you? It's dangerous beyond here. I'll go ahead and clear out all of the nasty, vile monsters. You just wait here, okay? Ah, what a nice, caring individual. Let's go ahead and wait a little bit for him. Alright, that should be enough. There are some new enemies here in the South Figaro Cave, and if we're lucky enough, we'll run into some, like this. Dante, from the hit series Devil May Cry? I didn't know this was Shin Megami Tensei. Anyway. We're gonna go and take down Dante. Dante must die, as some would say. I don't know how many people are gonna get that reference. Anyway, sorry, that just took me by surprise. So, there is something very important to note here that I actually haven't noted in a long time. If you did not grab any of the treasure chests here in South Figaro Cave at all from this point, they have upgraded once again, and you can go ahead and grab them here, and this will be the final upgrade point, if I remember correctly. I do not think they upgrade past this point, so if you want to grab them now, you can go ahead and do so. I will make an edit to the video if I'm wrong in this and they actually do upgrade further, but I do believe this is actually the final point where they upgrade. Wait, did I just fight all of them? Did I just fight every single enemy I need in here? I don't know, that was the Neck Hunter, and I think also the Humpty, I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that was all of them. I'm gonna poke around a little bit with the encounters, but I think that might actually be all the enemies I need. Alright, what now? Here, boy, here's some yummy good food for a good little turtle. How about that, eh? Nice. You used to have me a pet turtle. Did you platform on its back when you had a pet turtle? Oh, I know that face. That's Sigfrid. Sigurd? Siegfried. Right, he was kind of forgetful in the Phantom Train, wasn't he? Well, we can go ahead and try to use their own tactics against them and jump on the turtle's back. And it seems like Siegfried is definitely plundering this loot, or maybe he's letting the bandits take it, but I don't know. Siegfried isn't exactly the #1 worry I have. We kind of took him down pretty easily initially. But we've now arrived in Figaro Castle. Are you still with us? Just hold on a bit longer, okay? And it definitely seems like our worries about the fact that these civilians have been down here with no oxygen for years, taking a toll on them. Breathe. Well, unfortunately for these guards, I think this is actually a decent place to stop for today. So next time on Final Fantasy VI, now that we're inside Figaro Castle, we're going to go ahead and follow Jared and his motley crew of bandits to wherever their actual destination is, and see if we can convince an old friend to finally join our team. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.